So this object has been put around the Earth, and I mean, for anybody to understand that, people think, oh, no, the moon is a natural object. And it's like, come on, you know, I don't know what I can use to explain it. But if you, let's say you use the mouse, okay? So let's say the mouse is the moon, and the moon, let's say it's going around my head, right? So let's say this is the face of the moon. Oh, let's say this is the face of the moon that we always see. There's the dark side of the moon, right? Okay, so if my head's the Earth and the moon's going around, that means we are only ever seeing one side of the moon, don't we? We never get to see the dark side of the moon, which means when you look at what I'm doing, okay, it's turning, right? It's turning. So the moon is spinning on its axis. So one side can always only ever be seen. If the moon didn't spin on its axis and just stayed put, as it went around the Earth, see, as it went around the Earth, we would end up seeing the dark side of the moon because the moon is not spinning. No. It's just spinning around the Earth but not spinning on its axis. So the moon needs to spin on its axis, so one side of the moon will always be hidden with one rotation of the Earth. So it spins exactly one rotation with one full rotation of the Earth, one orbit of the Earth.
In the universe.
How precise does that have to be? That by just miraculous coincidence, an object floating by in space happens to just somehow end up on an orbit that is exactly engineered in this manner. There is no way that thing is a natural occurring object. And the other one is how it positioned itself exactly at a distance where you get the eclipse effect. So the diameter of the moon is exactly the same as the diameter of the sun when we look at it from the surface. If it was a little bit, just a few kilometres this way, you wouldn't get the eclipse, you just totally black out the sun. If it was a few kilometres further out, then you would see a thick band of the sun around the moon and you wouldn't really get the eclipse effect that we get. So the positioning is absolutely perfect. It's perfectly engineered. There is no way, if anybody with a scientific background or a mathematical background wanted to have a look at the mathematics involved, at the chances of that happening, anybody with any form of common sense or logic whatsoever will tell you that that whole thing has to be engineered. There is no way that could be a natural orbit. And then of course, you've got the fact that it's coincidentally totally plugged into the menstrual cycles of women. Gee, what a coincidence, you know? I mean, these are three massive, massive clues that just give the whole thing away. But because people don't think about it, they're too busy thinking about the football or, you know, the stock market or whatever, and they don't think about these things. But there it is, hidden in plain sight for everyone to see every day. And so here we have this object that's been placed around the Earth, specifically engineered to create a specific type of environment on the Earth